we hope to reach after 2 to 3 days paddling our way. The road is terrible actually. In places it's particularly bad. There was a sign back there at the entrance of the access track suggesting you should have a four-wheel drive. Unfortunately we don't have a four-wheel drive, so we're just going to have to try and make it with Sparky. We've done 12 kilometres out of 32 so far. Hello little Ruse. Hello, good morning.
Oh, you're absolutely gorgeous.
That's sweet.
Oh no, just giving you some footage.
There it is, Ningaloo station. This is where we're hoping to reach in 2 days or possibly 3 to 4, depending. One. That's it. That's our. We've got 40 litres of water and another 3 days supply of food, which we're now bearing here at Ningaloo Creek, and hopefully that'll sustain us a bit further up the coast. Hopefully. That's the Ningaloo food stash right under that log and rock there. So hopefully we'll be able to identify it when we come back. You know, that's if we make it this far. How much traffic, Sharon, is there? There's just no traffic. Nothing. The sound of silence. Not ideal when you're trying to hitchhike anywhere.
40 degrees.
40 degree heat.
40 degree heat
Flies.
with limited water.
Swarming.
And no food.
Far from ideal. Whose idea was this?
Yours.
No. No. How did the hitchhiking go, Sharon?
Oh, very successful.
So successful, in fact, that we have retrieved the van and we're heading back to Coral Bay. Yeah. In the van.
Plan B is in action at the moment.
Yeah.
Back to Coral Bay, leave the van, and worry about that in about 6 to 10 days.
Yeah. After 2 nights camping in Coral Bay, we're now finally ready to get the hell out of here. Don't think so. Okay guys, where are we going today?
Just around the bay.
We're just
We'll be back.
going to do some laps of the bay. Sharon's ready. Let's
Come on.
Let's get out of here.
Ready.
What's Chris doing? Chris is still fluffing around, making his final last minute checks. Okay, I've sorted out my camera battery problems. We've just had lunch on day 1 and Now we're into the afternoon, the southwesterly has kicked in and we're going to carry on up the coast. We've done almost 20 kilometres this morning and the conditions are good. The wind's quite fresh, but it's going to give us a nice push. We'll try and get 40 k's out of today. We've just come ashore. It's almost 3 o'clock. We've covered almost 30 kilometres in a straight line from Coral Bay. We're now only 25 kilometres from the homestead in a straight line. It's obviously a lot more by the time you go around the bay and wiggle around and things. I'm just a little bit concerned because we left Chris behind after lunch and we haven't seen him for a while. We've been sailing all afternoon. It's been fantastic. The worry is that Chris's boat is not sailing well. His rudder's almost ineffective and his boat's proving very hard to control, so we've left him behind. We've stopped here on a bit of a headland. It's not a bad spot. It's really windy today. The worst that can happen to Chris though is he gets washed up on the beach and then he has to walk to us, but I think at this point he's probably still 4 or 5 kilometres behind us. But we're just going to wait here and let him catch up, hopefully. He's out there somewhere. You know, if we do have to end up walking out of here, it's not particularly easy going. It's quite sandy and scrubby and steep in places. I've really got no idea where Chris is. Well, we've set up camp. This is camp 1, day 1, and Chris is still out there somewhere, unfortunately. Not sure where he is. Been sitting up on the sand dune for the past hour looking out, hoping that he's going to turn up, but I suspect he's landed somewhere because the conditions have been too windy for him. Anyway, we're not going back, so Sharon and I have set up our tents and we're just going to sit out the next hour or so and wait for the sun to drop a bit and get some dinner ready. Sharon and I here. That's because we've lost Chris somewhere at sea today. We're not quite sure where he is, but last time we saw him was about 5 kilometres south of here, and he was struggling, trying to sail, trying to paddle. It was a bit rough. He didn't have his skirt zipped up, and we basically just left him to it.
Okay, this is night 1 after our first day of paddling. I'm not sure exactly how far we've been, but we had a mixed day of paddling and a lot of sailing. It was pretty treacherous going, and but it was amazing. The water was beautiful and clear, and saw lots and lots of coral, and heaps of marine life as well. Just within the first couple of hours we saw dolphins and turtles, and the main thing that I wanted to see and was surprised to, and that was whales. We saw the annual migration of the whales down to Antarctica, and then they go through the Ningaloo reef, and Jeff and I happened to be at the right place at the right time, and saw them playing in the water and breaching out of the water. It was just amazing and special, and I'm really glad that we saw it. Then we had a really mixed day, and unfortunately we lost Chris along the way. Sorry, don't wish to laugh. Yeah, he couldn't keep up. We were going really fast, and we set up camp and hoped that he would eventually catch up with us, but it didn't happen. So I'm just hoping that he's really safe and that he's set himself up and he's just inside his tent and just going to wait it out, and he'll catch up with us in the morning. That's the hope. And it's really windy, which makes things pretty difficult, makes cooking difficult, it makes sleeping difficult, and it feels like I'm sleeping inside a living, breathing, angry creature. It
was a great first day. Loads of sailing and made about 35 kilometres plus. It was awesome. Now I'm absolutely knackered. I'm going to try and get some sleep despite the wind and the flapping of this tent. We'll see how we go with that. See you tomorrow.